pretty good.
All right, go for it.
Good evening, everyone. It's the one and only V, the Guerrilla Economist. It's Thursday. It's 4 p.m. Hide your kids, hide your wives, because it's time to cuss with Gus. Gus, what's going on, buddy?
What up, brother? What up? Dude, CJ's picture just reminded me too. The one he just sent. Little feedback before we went live. We were talking about vacations with kids, spring breaks, etc. V and CJ were giving me their war stories. And I had been saying I not having kids, I haven't made it to many theme parks. But dude, funny story just came to my mind. So my mom and aunt were in a couple, twice, my two different aunts, but they were in like 4 or 5 months ago too. So we went to they did take me to the set of like Warner Brothers or whatever in LA, like one of the studios. They have this fucking tour or whatever. And dude, my mom is like cold-blooded fucking immigrant woman. Like dude, like imagine us on crack. Like she makes us seem like mild. Dude, so we're 10-15 minutes into the fucking tour, and I forget which one it was. I don't know if it was Warner Brothers or Universal or one of them in like a little bit north of LA, a little bit north of Hollywood. And we're like 10 minutes into the tour, dude. And it's just like the tourist is like this 19-year-old fucking girl, you know, innocent girl doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about and half the shit. And she's pointing out all like this celebrity gossip bullshit. Like, this is the reason you're on this tour for 2-3 hours because that's where J-Lo took a piss once or something like that. And dude, my mom 15 minutes in, like, stops the tour for like, there was like 40 fucking people on this thing. She stops it and she goes, "We're leaving. This is a fucking joke." Like, and so it's me, my aunt, my mom, my cousin, and my mom literally, like, she puts the kibosh, so they wouldn't even let us walk off the fucking tour. Someone has to come, so you don't start wandering the studios and, you know, steal their shit or whatever. Who the fuck knows? For security purposes or whatever, liability, who knows? But dude, she was so disgusted at the fact that they were like driving us around and be like, "Yes, and one time Ben Affleck ate a banana over in that corner." She's like, "You motherfuckers took $50 a piece from us to drive around and tell me we're celebrities of eating fucking popcorn on this fucking lot. Like, who gives a fuck?" Yes, and everyone's mouth was like dropped. It was all like these fucking, you know, Us Weekly reading fucking, you know, sheep, and my mom just tore my new ass. It was so fucking funny. But that's like literally my only amusement park, or I guess that wouldn't even be an amusement park. It's just like a tour of the studios and shit, dude. But it was fucking cold-blooded, like cold. I was laughing my fucking ass off. Yeah, they didn't know what fucking hit them. It was epic.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as a millennial flower child, being exposed to some hard brutality, man.
That's exactly what, dude. If you could have saw the faces of the other people in the fucking group.
You know what I hate, man? This is what I hate. I hate when these pretentious libtards. You know how, you know, libtards always think that they're smarter than you. They think they're so damn artsy. These are the type of fools that'll look at a painting of like black stripes and a couple of red blotches and be like, "Oh, the Rococo design is so amazing." And you're like, dude, it's like something the kindergartner made it at like I don't know, throwing spaghetti on a wall would be more entertaining than this thing. And then they get offended when you call them out for the pretentious BS that it is.
Well, dude, I get in confrontations out here, and I mean, I'm 40 years old, and I get and I never start them. It's always someone like getting in your business. So my mom comes out here like twice a year, call it, right? And when she's here, dude, she is, like I said, if I think they're weak and you think they're weak, like we think they're weak, she's even more hardcore, more old school, more fucking like candid, offensive, in your face. Like, so on the last trip 3-4 weeks ago, it's like someone like asked her to, because they like she was outside smoking outside of the restaurant and bar, and some lady's like, "Can you go stand over there, like that way?" Smokes, like, and my mom's like, "You'll be fine. You'll live. I'm not going anywhere." Like fuck you. Who the fuck do you think you are? Like, fuck off, loser. What the fuck are you talking to? Like, she, our generation, like me and you are Generation X, so like we think they're fucking pathetic as it is. But dude, the generation before us or 2 generations before us, like they, I mean, God knows what they think. I mean,
oh, dude,
it's bad.
It's terrible, man. Hey, so let's start this off, man. Look, we had an event happen over at the YouTube headquarters, and dude, I couldn't help it. I could not stop laughing.
Because the fact she's a woman, the fact she's a vegan, the fact she's a Muslim, the fact she's a fucking migrant, vegan,
a libtard. I mean, an environmentalist, animal lover.
Dude, there were so many boxes checked there that it literally was like the fucking perfect storm.
They were literally attacked by a monster of their own creation.
And with a handgun too, handgun. Yeah. So so many of the boxes were checked. Dude, are they even talking about it anymore?
No, like, because it didn't fit the white male description, so they got to drop the narrative.
Dude, there were like 5 or 6 boxes checked, and I mean, the only thing missing was like Antifa member or something. I mean, she checked like 6 boxes, and I was like, wow.
6 out of 7 boxes were checked, bro.
This one's going away real fast. Have you seen any of like the YouTube videos with her, dude?
Oh my God, she's so freaking weird.
Dude, she's just crazy. She's just an insane person. She's dancing around like it's this weird fucking Middle Eastern dance with like animals in the background. Angry.
Oh my God, there it is. There it is. Angry vegan. CJ, just play a video of this crazy psycho.
Dude, vegans, God bless them. I don't want to stereotype.
Dude, vegans, you know what? It's the lack of animal fat in their brains that makes them go crazy. Dude, that's what it is. Bro.
They are liberals on steroids.
Dude, if I take a vegan and I dropped him in the jungle, he'll be dead in a week.
Dude, they are liberals on steroids.
They are.
They are
freaking psycho.
Yeah, like they have nothing else to talk to you about except for being vegan. Like, and they let you know about it in the. Hi, Gus. Pleasure to meet you. Hi, Jim. Vegan. You're evil. If you, I'm like, whoa, dude. We just fucked.
How dare you? How dare you, Gus? Eat a sentient being? How dare you eat a sentient being? And man, look, man. Here's the deal. I have a degree in clinical nutrition. Okay, if you look at 10,000 years of human development, you look at human development itself. Okay, man is designed to hunt and kill. Man is an apex predator. People eat, hell, Z, what are you talking about? We're like the peaceful great apes. We're supposed to eat grass and nuts and berries. Wrong. You know, the point is this. If we were supposed to eat nuts and berries and plants, we wouldn't have a stomach with a 1.5 pH. If we were to eat nuts and berries and plants, we wouldn't have the big brains that we have that requires what? Fats. And what kind of fats in particular? Animal fats, which are able to be readily absorbed by the body more so than the plant-based flaxseed oil. I can go on and on and on, man. But these vegans, they're savage because they're miserable, bro.
If you would have told someone during the Great Depression or during so many calamities of the 20th century in so many parts of the world, be it Asia or Europe or whatever, all the starvation, all the death, if you would have told some of those people, you'd go to China during Mao, or Greece after after World War II, the Civil War, or the fucking Leninist fucking Lenin and Stalin in Russia. If you would have went to some of those people dying of starvation, and you would have told them, this is going to sound crazy, but in 70 years, we're going to have crazy liberals that won't eat eggs because there's such an abundance of food and options and whatever, that they frown upon drinking milk because it's inhumane, or like first, I mean, I don't even know where to take the conversation. First of all, they think they have the moral high ground, and they're very dangerous for this reason, because they think they have the moral high ground, and you can't even ask to be left alone. Like, hey, I'm going to go have a cheeseburger, because in their mind, you are hurting the cow, therefore they have the right to try to hurt you or get in your face, or I've went out with some vegan women, and I've
run.
No, dude, there is no more. And in principle, if it's, you know, for health or cause, and you could just keep it to yourself, great. But they are so hell bent on fucking lecturing the fuck out of you and getting in your face and getting confrontational in a fuck. I mean, again, they're social justice warriors on steroids. I've met being in California, you meet quite a few of them.
Oh yeah, here's a great article that CJ just pulled up from the New York Post. Science says liberals, not conservatives, are psychotic, and I agree with that.
Dude,
I agree with that. You want to know something crazy, man? You know what I was tracking, right? Check this out. We know that in the last 40 years, we've seen literally, actually in the last 50 years, we've seen a 40% decline in quality sperm counts in American men. We've seen a decline in testosterone. Guess what? We are consuming 40% less. Remember, there's a 40% decline in quality sperm and a decline by several percentage points for testosterone. Guess what we cut back on in the last 50 years?
I'm assuming
by 40%.
I'm assuming healthy fat and healthy protein.
Bingo, red meats.
Yeah, healthy fat, healthy protein. And it's been replaced with soy products, estrogen, corn syrups, blah 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 blah. I mean, the best way I could describe their whole, the liberals being psychotic, or liberals being emotionally unstable or psychotic, the best way I could describe it is you don't see, even when like the Tea Party was out, you know, marching or parading or whatever, you didn't see them. What the smoking gun for me is always, when does it turn violent or destruction of property or looting and rioting? And it's always some liberal cause.
Oh yeah.
Do you ever notice that? Like, did you ever see right causes on the right ever equal private property destruction, looting,
ever.
No, dude, ever. I've never. I can't.
And the libtards like to flip history. Like, for instance, the libtards were the leading ardent supporters of slavery. They're leading ardent supporters of any sort of limitation on civil rights for the black community. Okay. And then it was because of a Republican conservative Congress, and the freaking Republican Party was born. They were known as the Anti-Slavery Party. That's how they came into existence. Yeah, that's fact. That's history. Yeah, and all of a sudden the libtards flip. They're like, "Ooh, then the flip occurred, and there was the Democrats." Now the Democrats are the the social justice heroes, and same thing with Hitler, bro. Hitler, like, somehow most people think Hitler was like was a conservative.
What? he was an artist. Like, that tells you
he was also a vegan.
No,
check
box. Dude, if Hitler was a mass shooter today, he would have checked 5 of their boxes.
He would have checked 5 of their boxes. Plus, he was a closet homo at that time too.
So homosexual, artist, social justice warrior,
animal rights activist.
He was.
Shit, it was just like Nazneen. It's just like this Iranian Muslim gay vegan fitness shooter over here.
Dude, they've done a great job last century of associating, and I know Dinesh D'Souza has wrote a book about this.
Dinesh Savage.
They've done a great job of saying Hitler's from the right, Hitler's from the right, Hitler's from the right. Oh yeah, he's not. He is 100% a collectivist. He is 100% big government. He is 100% authoritarian. And those are all those are all check marks of the left. Government involvement in the means of production, government involvement in education, government involvement, disarm the population, check. Like, you go down how the Hitler totalitarian regime went down. It was just like Mao's and just like Lenin. It's the check boxes are all the same. So the left's going to say, oh yeah, the only thing that was on the far right of Hitler was his nationalism portion of it, or his ethno state. Yep. That was on the that's the only part of the ideology that leans to the crazy right. Everything else, it's all collectivist, commie, socialist bullshit. It's all like check. I mean, it's clear as fucking day. But they don't want that stain on their resume.
No, they don't. They don't want like information like this from like, well, see, you got that article pulled up, like the American Journal of Political Science. It's an actual paper. They actually did a study on this. They did a 2012 paper. They found out that libtards are the absolute psychos. You know why? They're psychos because their psychoticism is associated with traits such as tough-mindedness. In other words, you're a blockhead and an idiot. You don't listen to ideas. Risk-taking, sensation-seeking, impulsivity, and authoritarianism. All traits of you libtards. That's it. Those are all the libtard traits.
Well, I've for a long time I used collectivism more, and I think maybe authoritarian is the better describer. If I had to pick one word to describe people on the left, it's authoritarians. Like they're authoritarians economically, socially, everything, every aspect of your life they want to have authority over. The authoritarian is the best describer. They're collectivists too, but authoritarian is much more accurate. And if you really pinch them in a corner with like the dude, I just want you to leave me alone. Like they kind of cool off. Again, that doesn't work with vegans because they want to actually tell you what to eat too. But that's a hard stance for them to overcome. Leave me alone. I'm not a Nazi. Just leave me alone. And they usually struggle. They usually come back with, oh, we need roads, we need schools, we need this, we need that. Again, these are just low-level big government arguments. But they're authoritarian fucks, dude, by nature. And that's the one-word way to describe their ideology: authoritarian. Period.
It is insane. Okay? It is absolutely insane. It makes no sense. But they don't care. It's all emotional heartstring politics, man. They're rabid. You know what? It's their lack. You ever seen their stupid rallies? They'll go out and they'll like burn down a Starbucks. They'll throw, break cars, break windows. Then when the adults in the room finally stand up and give them all atomic wedgies and they all go scampering off, and then you look at what's left, you see nothing but soy lattes. All of it. It's just soy lattes on the floor.
Well, dude, CJ, we kind of opened last week, and CJ's like, "Hey, did you hear about the teenage or the kid gun rally thing?" And I'm like, "No, I was actually in Vegas, banging hookers." Like, so I was like, I'm like living my life. Like, so I meaning that like I don't know where all these fucking like basement dwellers that like have time to go do all this shit. Like, I don't know why they're not out actually being productive or having like doing normal cool shit, like leading a good life. Doesn't matter if it's for business or your career or your education or actually enjoying yourself. I think a lot of the white knight liberal guys, like the beta male cucks, I think a lot of them do that kind of shit to go get laid, if I'm being honest. Yeah. Like that's exactly what it is. They can't get laid in a normal environment, so they think they have to like kiss up to kiss the matriarchy's ass to try to get some pussy, and like that's the only way to get laid. Because I look at some of these guys and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing at this protest? Like, why are when I was a teenager in college, I didn't fucking run off and march. Like, hey, it's a Tuesday afternoon. Let's cancel everything we're doing and go march or let's go riot and loot. It's weird to me that this is actually like part of these people's lives. And maybe that's what makes them so dangerous, that a lot of them, again, I'm going to contradict myself because I said a lot of the dudes are doing it to get laid, but I think a lot of like the hardcore people, like the leadership and the people who organize this shit, they really believe the bullshit they're slinging. Like they're massively emotionally vested in it. And that's why which makes them dangerous. Because if someone's just, arguing for the sake of arguing or, debating or whatever, fine. But if someone really thinks like, really believes in their cause and has conviction, then they become really unstable and dangerous. I mean, it would take a lot, and I can't speak for anyone else, but it would take a lot for me to get violent in the streets. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
guys like us, we have something to lose. Most people that have our mindset have families, have businesses, have great careers. We're educated. We're smart. We got things to do, my man. We got things to do. We can't be caught up in the BS. These people, they have nothing to live for except their stupid ideals.
The kind of behavior they exhibit for like a Ben Shapiro talk at UC Berkeley, that's the kind of behavior I would exhibit if someone was like trying to tax me at 99% or something, or like trying to take my firstborn. Like Shapiro, an Orthodox Jewish fucking conservative who's like, brilliant, UCLA and Harvard grad, well-spoken, never threatens anyone. Like, they literally burn down towns, destroy property, you literally would think that they were putting firstborns in ovens. Like that they exhibit like just insane dude, they're out of control toddlers. They're just out of control fucking toddlers. And it's amazing to me that we haven't seen like the government just step in and give them just one good ass kicking. Like, which is, and I'm not even pro-government, but if you see a bunch of fucking dudes wearing masks, burning shit, like a SWAT team should just come in there and just start beating the living fuck out of people. Like, it's, or there should be, and I don't know if this is going to be anti-freedom or not. Maybe if there's any public event, you can't conceal your face or something. Maybe that's a rational way to handle it, because these people get a lot tougher when they're wearing the bandanas around their face. You notice like most of the trouble is caused by people who are covering their face and the reason they're covering it is obvious. They're going to commit a crime of some sort. So maybe that's a good way to handle it. Like, force these fucking cocksuckers to take off their fucking mask. They can't cover their face if you're at a public event or something. I don't know. I don't know if that's anti First Amendment. I don't know if that's anti-freedom. I haven't thought it through, but there has to be some. If you're not willing to beat the shit out of them after they're destroying property, you have to figure out some other deterrent to avoid them getting out of control.
Atomic wedgies, all of
them. Well, dude, shit did seem to slow down after conservatives started showing up and just beating the shit out of them.
I showed you the thing that was posted by some Antifa members out in out in California, I think it was, where they caught one of the Antifa members, and people from our group basically duct taped him to an electrical box.
Oh yes,
put a dildo on his head and wrote unicorn all over it.
Dude, they're so you just look at them, dude. They're all like skinny pants wearing. They all weigh like a $105. They're like skinny jean wearing. And you're like, Jesus, these are the guys. Like, if it were light of day and they weren't with a group of 200 people, would be like the most quiet, docile pussies in the restaurant or whatever. Exactly. And it's incredible. It's incredible. But yeah, I think that the election just set him off so bad. and ever since, and even during, the media has just been pouring pure fucking gasoline on the thing. Like, he's going to kill you. He's the next Hitler. You're all dead. Like, right. They just keep pouring gasoline and gasoline and gasoline. So you have these bottom-feeding, basement-dwelling, low IQ fucking sheep, like terrified or with nothing to lose or all the above. That
that's what cause are they fight? I'm worried about fascism. My dude, you are in your basement playing video games. You're playing World of Warcraft and Xbox Live for like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in your mom's basement. You have no job, no life, no future, no prospects, no education, no talent, no marketable skills, no nothing. You got nothing to lose, whether it's a tyranny, whether it's an oligarchy, a meritocracy, a monarchy, a communist dictatorship. It doesn't affect their life.
No, well,
I mean, they're right. Like they got something to like. Something's gonna be taken from them. I won't be able to access Xbox Live. That is, damn it, that is reason for me to go to war.
And you know, dude, you know the greatest irony that when you catch a few of them one on one and you point it out to them, like sometimes the light bulb goes off. The greatest irony is that even if there is someone in office that they extremely fear, like a Trump or like a Bush or like whoever, the policies and ideology that keeps the check on that person are all our values, not their values. Like, exactly. So Trump's in office, you're terrified. Great. Guess what? I actually want you to still have freedom of speech. If Trump's in office, exactly. You're terrified. Trump's in office, you're terrified. Guess what? I still want the Second Amendment. Like all these things you're terrified of, your ideology, it makes that leader more dangerous. There's no, with all of our checks and balances, with the Bill of Rights, it's hard for any leader to get out of control. So you're terrified of the leader, and at the same time you want to burn the Bill of Rights, which is what helps protect us against insane leaders. And they're usually too fucking stupid to understand it. But many times if you catch them one on one and they're not in one of their toddler fucking estrogen, yeah, then they're like, all right, that kind of makes sense. Like,
what's funny is, remember what I said this, man, about these idiots. These morons could exist in our worldview, but we cannot exist in theirs.
I have heard you say that, and it's incredibly spot on.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, you dumb idiots, you stupid idiots.
Yeah,
it's oh my god. Well, ban this, ban that.
Well, because our worldview is leave them alone. Like, I don't want anything from you. I don't want your money. I don't care who you fuck. I don't care what you smoke. I don't care what you pray to. I'm just trying to leave you the fuck alone. And I wish you would do the same to me. Just leave me the fuck alone. Right. So yeah, our ideology is live and let live, freedom, non-aggression, all that. Their ideology is no. You're giving us your money. This is what you're going to believe. This is what you're going to say. Give us your gun. Like that. Their idea. It's authoritarian. You're right. We cannot exist in their utopia, because their utopia is you think like us, or you're fucked. We'll put you in a fucking gulag. It's fucked up. And again, the most irritating thing is, I think what you said earlier on, is they're arrogant about it too. Like they all think they're fucking Einstein. They all think they're brilliant. Like they're, it's like they watched a Dawkins video once on YouTube and they all think they're fucking biologists, or they all think they're such like intellectual heavyweights for being liberal. And it's such and that might, when they stay in their own echo chamber, I guess it works. But when you like actually have a conversation with one of them, it's so easy to just to fucking tear them down. Yeah, dude, they just all repeat the same shit, and they think they're like educated or brilliant if they watch like CNN. Like, I watch the news, I know what's going on.
I watch BuzzFeed.
Yeah, dude, truly, like that's
while I sip my soy latte. I get fueled. It fuels me, Gus. It fuels me with rage. My estrogen levels are shooting. I will resist toxic masculinity. I will resist it.
Dude, you know what else I think really helps that, or adds to that arrogance or smugness that they have, is that, and we've talked about this in such great detail the last 2 years, and a lot of people have pointed it out. The left learned a long time ago that maybe the way to win this whole thing is to infiltrate the culture. And so a lot of these kids, they get all their news and they go to bed every night watching The Daily Show or Colbert or whatever. All these every late night guy is a fucking liberal now. Like every single fucking, I think Jay Leno was probably the last guy on the right to have a late night show. So I think these kids think that's like normal. They've tried to normalize the ideology, and like, so not only do they think they're brilliant, but they think that anyone who votes on the right or believes in freedom of speech, anyone who's a Trump voter, anyone who believes in the Second Amendment, you're Hitler. Like, because that's what all these, that's what the zeitgeist, that's what the culture is telling them. The good news is, dude, and I'm a lot less angry about it than I was like a year ago, is there's more of us than I thought 2 years ago. Like, doesn't matter if it's the election or the way people handle them now. I think a lot of people that have come out have given other people courage to do the same. Like, talking about Trump a month after the election, or wearing a mega hat, like, people were terrified to do it. But as your friends and family hear you talk, as the Milos of the world come out, as Trump himself comes out, as the Gavins of the world come out, and with such enormous following, then people get the courage to come out of the closet and be like, you know what? Fuck you, snowflake. There are only two genders. Blow me. Like, I don't give a fuck what you think. People get courage to push back against this cancerous fucking rhetoric, where before a lot of it was just shaming. Like, again, they just shame you into, you can't talk about it because you can't it's embarrassing to be a Republican. It means you're a Nazi. Like, and I think it's snowballed in the point where now, like, people don't care. They don't care. Like, there's more of us than we thought. The confidence is growing. It's not, I don't give a fuck. I don't have to pretend there are 86 genders. I don't have to pretend Hillary was a great candidate. I don't have to pretend Obama was a great president. You could be proud of what you believe in, and you could say it out loud. And I know, you've never had that problem, and I've never had that problem, but a lot of other people have.
Yeah.
I mean, you have guys that were, and especially if you work for a company and shit, like you have a corporate gig, a 9 to 5, like those people. And I never use my Facebook except for talking shit politically. And a lot of those people, like, couldn't ever like or comment on it like a year and a half ago. And now they are, or they'll pull me aside at a bar and they'll be like, dude, that is so fucking funny. You're so spot on. Like I said, a lot of these, there's a lot more of us than we thought there are. People don't like, fucking redheaded butches yelling at them, shockingly. Who redheaded butches who've accomplished nothing except for having over.
The best part, I saw the video, the photos at the YouTube headquarters.
The what?
From the event over at the YouTube headquarters with the Muslim, animal lover, vegan.
Oh.
Dude, all you saw was like blue and pink haired weirdos running out of the building. And
that's the HR department.
The more irony, most of them are vegans, and guess where they had to patch them up? At the local Carl's Jr. across the street. There's so much symbology, my man. So much symbology,
dude. So I'll tell you there's sometimes I've many friends in Orange County, like in Irvine or Newport or whatever. So every time I'm up there, there's a Google, like the Southern California, like Google headquarters, right next to the couple cafes up there and the gym up there as well. So we'll go to work out, and you see there's two types of distinct, and I'm gonna fucking just stereotype to death right now. There are two types of distinct people we always see walking out of that Google building. It's either an Asian guy or a purple-haired, blue-haired, like total fucking butch. Like, it's either like the angriest fucking lesbian you've ever seen in your life, or your prototypical Asian engineer or computer programmer.
Just get his shit done and go
home. You know, the minute they walk out the door, you know exactly what their job is there. Like,
oh, absolutely. You know who the real engineer is, who keeps the stupid company going, versus the affirmative action hire.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. There's not a lot of white dudes walking out of there. There's not a lot of black dudes walking out of there. There's not a lot of Hispanic dudes walking out of there. It's either Asian men or purple-haired butch. Like that's all we ever see.
They're so incredible in mathematics, you know.
Dude, that's why it's fucking hilarious because it doesn't matter.
They're crying outside of the Carl's Jr. and these with their vegan shirts on, and they're being patched up in a burger joint. Dude, the irony. There's so much. I couldn't stop laughing.
Dude, the amount of diversity hires they make, and I'm trying to think of where they stick them all. Like, is it just HR and marketing and like just useless admin jobs? Because it doesn't matter if it's like the YouTube headquarters or Google or whatever example we bring up. You could spot them a mile away, dude. Spot them a mile away. It's too fucking funny, dude. Dude, the Carlos Juniors is pretty fucking epic. They're all wearing PETA t-shirts. Oh man, I'm not wrong though. Like that was the day it happened in the evening, and after the next day, after they figured out her profile, CNN and MSNBC were done talking about it, right? Like over.
Yeah, no, it didn't fit, and then all of a sudden, Don Lemonhead goes back to this list. This just in on Robert Mueller's latest investigation.
Oh God, I can't believe we're still talking about this.
Their ratings continue to pump, just nosedive. And I thought this idiot Jeff Zuck was fired. I thought he was gone from CNN. I thought he was going to get a job over at ESPN, but that idiot's still there. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. At this point, it's just so stupid.
Well, they've I thought they'd come to the point. A lot of people warned about this, where they're basically going to. The thing has become such a joke that now, and this is the problem with the special counsel, where he could overreach and basically investigate anything Trump's done going back to age 12. And I think that's what's going on now. Like the investigation was supposed to be for Russia, and now it's bastardized. It's a shit show. It's like, and most of the arrests have been they lied to us under oath. There was no. Like, there's no, dude, it
was lied to us under oath about something completely different that has nothing to even do with Trump.
Irrelevant. Yeah. Irrelevant.
What about the 15 minutes of fame for that hoe bag, that former washed up loser porn star idiot? They thought they had something salacious with her.
Yeah.
I had sex with him once 15 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, I don't even get what the story was about, dude. Like,
I didn't either.
No, like what I thought it'd be one thing.
Anderson Cooper paraded her out like this was some sort of, this is going to cause him to lose his presidency.
Over what? Over what? Being a billionaire and banging chicks? Over what? I mean, I don't. What's the crime? That's what the story broke.
It's like toxic masculinity, Gus.
Like the story broke, and I was like, okay, what's the story? He banged a porn star 20 years ago, 10, whatever the fuck it was. Like, so what? The guy's been divorced like 8 times. Like, what the fuck's the story here? Like, the country knew what they voted for.
Exactly.
He didn't claim to be the Mormon, choir boy. They know what they're getting themselves into, and that like dominated the news cycle for like 3 or 4 days too, didn't it? Or like a week or some shit.
Right.
That porn star. What's her deal? Was she at the end of the day wasn't she seeking
as another pump for her career? Was like a porn comeback for her or something like that? This woman is God knows what, 40 some odd. This is what you're known for. You've wasted your life. You don't have any kids. Your 80% of your body is made from silicone, and washed up. This is a woman who has lost the very vitality of true femininity and the power of true femininity, and has become just a basically a flesh market type trinket, a flesh market trinket. There you go. That's what she is. It's just washed up hoe bag. Gets up there and tries to get her 10 minutes of fame. And guess what? Everybody forgot about it.
Well, because, dude, I thought, man, I honestly thought they would have learned after Grab the Pussy and he still won. Like,
Yep.
what do they used to say about Gotti? The Teflon Don or whatever. Like everything is fucking. The sex stuff's not going to work. It's just not going to work. Like, but as they say, back to the drawing board, libtards. Like it's just not going to work. But they keep the fact that they haven't given up on it's like funny. Like you had them on camera, or on tape saying grab him by the pussy, and that didn't work. Like next, like the pussy stuff's not working. That ship is sailed, fuckface. Like next, but they're desperate. Man, honestly, without sounding too conspiracy theorist, I thought if you go back to the day after the election or the week after the election, I don't know if you realize how many attempted coups there have been already. Like at first, remember they were talking about like forcing or threatening the electoral college voters. Then there was the like nuclear. They've had all these different like nuclear options that you hear MSNBC and CNN talking about. There's been all these different like tipped way, and then they maybe if we get his entire cabinet to say he's mentally unstable, we can invoke some amendment or whatever. So there've been like 4 or 5 different attempts that the media has pounded, and I thought after the Russia thing and after the Mueller thing fell on its face, which it has at this point, I thought they would just fucking kill him. Honestly, yep. I'd be like, they're gonna fucking kill him. Like they've run out of shit to throw at him. Nothing's worked. Nothing. The electoral college shit, the CIA shit, the fucking Mueller shit, the fucking his cabinet's telling us insane. None of it's fucking worked because it's all been like laughable as fuck. And I'm like, they're just gonna fucking kill him. Like between the deep state and the oligarchs and the politicians and the media, some backroom deal is going to happen where these motherfuckers are just going to get rid of them. That's how I thought it would play out. I mean, or a possibility of how it might play out. Because, dude, what's clear as day. Say what you will about the fucking guy. He's not. I don't agree with him on all his shit. But those motherfuckers genuinely fucking hate him, dude. They fucking hate him. The Manhattan elites hate him. The LA elites hate him. The fucking Frisco elites hate him. Like, it doesn't matter if it's the tech guys, the media, the banker. Like, they fucking hate him, dude. Hate him. The deep state hates him. So yeah, I thought there was a possibility that they might take it that way. I mean, we haven't had a president get popped since Reagan, right? I mean, it's been what, 30 years, 40 years, whatever it's been.
Yeah.
So I know I don't want to sound like that, but it's like when all else fails, it's like it's kind of the direction they usually go.
The only good thing here is that I think he's got a good team with him in terms of of protection. So I think that's what's preventing sort of assassination attempts. But the fact that these libtards would love that. I mean, remember those stupid plays they would have in Central Park?
Cheering it, dude. Yeah. There have been so many incidents. That crazy ginger bitch who's not even funny, holding his head up, and
Oh God, that Kathy Lee Griffin.
Oh, dude, that fucking California bitch senator who they want to run just said something to him like today. Like
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I'll see you in 3 years. One of us might have to end up dead or something like that. Like shit that if a Republican would have said it to Obama or Clinton, like it would be a 1 month story. Like I can't believe someone said that. Like the double standards. Honestly, I mean, we've known for a while. It's laughable as fuck. But yeah, they're oh God. I really, really, really hope it's another 6.5 years. I hope to fucking good.
It will be. I think so.
Dude,
who are you going to run against? Kamala Harris?
That was
Hillary Clinton. They've become caricatures. Hillary's a meme at this point. You're going to run a meme against Trump?
I am 95% sure. And I never usually predict shit, and I hate to forecast shit because when you're wrong, you look like a total asshole. So I usually don't do it. But I'll tell you what, I am 90 to 95% sure it's got to be from the Democratic side, in their minds anyway.
Yeah,
it's going to be a black woman. It has to be. Like
it's going to be Michelle Obama. You're going to have Predator herself.
You're
going to have the Klingon running.
I don't think being a black man is enough anymore, and I don't think being a woman is enough anymore. Not enough check boxes. The only way it could be a black guy or a white woman is if it's a lesbian or a gay guy. Like because then you're back to 2 check boxes. Like you have to have at least 2 check boxes. Yep. So I'm telling you now, it's either going to be that Harris bitch or Michelle Obama, or they'll parade fucking Oprah out there. It's going to be a black fucking woman. 90%. I'm telling you, I see it. I just know it. I fucking know it. There's no, and I don't know who else could. Oh, they do fucking love Pocahontas though. They love that bitch.
Yeah. She's the female Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, exactly right. That they do. They love Pocahontas. But I again, if she was really Indian instead of lying about it, she might have a chance. But I don't know if 1 checkbox is going to cut it this time.
Oh, the memes, man! The memes that are going to be made. It's going to be great.
Well, dude, think about how fucking hilarious the whole thing is. The fact that like you have this woman, a liberal darling, who literally fucking lied she created fraud for monetary purposes. She lied about what ethnic background she had. She fucking lied. Yep. And to call her out on it is considered insensitive or racist.
Yep.
You committed fraud. You lied about something, and even if we call you out on it, we're bad people. Like for calling you out, it's incredible, dude. The level of cognitive dissonance required to like execute that for them is fucking incredible. She's like a fraud, dude. She's a fraudster. It'd be like me fucking. I don't know, saying I'm a fucking leprechaun on a resume to get more money. Like, it's fucking
like
lie.
You coming out saying that you're a Rastafarian Jamaican.
Well, dude, there was an '80s movie Soul Man, where he was like taking the tanning pills to get into Harvard, saying he was black.
Oh yeah.
It's from
Jamaica. I'm brethren. Me tell you, my name is Gustav.
Dude, you can't make this shit up. Like it's literally a con artist, like committing fraud, and like then you call them out. It'd be like me lying about being gay for something. I'm like, hey, I'm gay. Give me more money, and then they find out I'm not gay, and they're like, hey, don't call me out on lying. Or what are you, homophobic? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It just means I'm a fucking con artist. I fucking conned you. It's fucking, dude, it's absurd. These people are fucking nuts. They're really
beyond nuts, man. That's what they have. You see, it's the American public, I think, has gotten to a point where they can actually test the genuine, and all the polls, even the manipulated, fluffed up CNN polls and whatnot that are so anti-Trump, just shows that his approval ratings way higher than even what Barack Obama's was at the same time.
Dude, I just saw that on Drudge like yesterday.
Dude, I mean, what about he's gonna, he's putting the military on the border. He's gonna put a stop to the caravan of idiots that are coming our way. That's come to a complete halt. Do you see how their heads are exploding with the Syria shit? Like the Syria thing? Yeah.
All the neocons and all the liberals are like, no, you can't pull our troops out of Syria. Like, it's like he's actually doing, dude, what made me start loving him, honestly, 2 years ago, outside of the fact he told SJWs to go fuck off, was the pulling out of Syria. Iraq was a fucking mistake, blah, blah, blah. Like, he was like anti-war, which I loved about it. Him. That's what I'm like. All right, well, maybe I can fucking dig this motherfucker if he stops fucking invading countries. And the minute he's like, we're pulling out, dude, the neocons and fucking the liberals have come out full fucking press to be like, you can't do that. You can't do that. They're like, oh, ISIS, like it's, and they're doing the same thing they've been doing for literally. They number one, they still call it a quote unquote civil war. When
it's a joke.
Dude, it's such a joke. The fact that fucking these countries, the fucking Turkey and fucking the NATO and Israel, like brought in these mercenaries to fucking overthrow government, and they call it a fucking civil war. It is still funny. And now they've created like new subgroups. Like, all right, so we defeated ISIS, but the U.S. still has to. Assad's still gassing his people, so the U.S. has to fund and train. Dude, I forgot the name of it because it's like we're going on name number like 13 for these like crazy mercenaries. They call them, the propaganda media call them freedom fighters.
Yeah.
But it's insane. Like, we got out of their way. The Syrians, Russians, and Iranians fucking cleaned out the fucking garbage, and it should come to an end now. But they're still trying to fucking prolong the shit. Like, they don't want to fucking leave. They really have to, in their minds, the sick motherfuckers. Yep. They have to overthrow Assad. Like, that's been their objective from day one, and they're quickly running out of excuses to be there outside of the truth, which is overthrow Assad. Yep. Like that's they're out of excuses. I mean,
they've been checkmated, these idiots. Left and right, checkmated.
Dude, our boy Putin played it wonderfully, dude. He played it.
Cool hand Luke, bro.
Dude, cool hand Luke. No, he played that shit like a pimp. He handled that really well.
He's got 99 problems, but a globalist ain't one.
No. Dude, he took off his fucking 42 millimeter Paddock and bitch slapped him, dude.
Hell yeah!
It was fucking well played.
Exactly. All right, brother, man, we're at the end of the show, bro. So why don't you plug Perpetual Assets and what you guys do?
Perpetual Assets. You could plug us in a search engine. Just put us in a URL. If you have a retirement account and you want to control it yourself, if you want to get into crypto, if you want to get into metal, if you want to do all the above, or any other type of security that you're thinking of, you have fully control. Perpetual Assets for your retirement accounts.
Absolutely. With that being said, folks, we are over and we're out. Take it away, El Cuco.